Netrunner forces all to submit to the old god.
Hey, hello. Just doing a 5-mask run here on my Fury Warrior before this week wraps up and we switch to Ogremar. So I've come through on my tank as Blood DK and then Resto Shaman for healer. And I did my Frost Mage. He's done all the way up to 8-mask. I tried a little bit of 8-mask on the other tunes, but 8-mask gets quite a bit tougher and I'm not quite sure it's worth it. So, but the 5-mask will unlock hero weapons, so it's worth doing. Those are the masks I'm going to use is everything except for Long Night, Daredevil, and Multitudes. Those make the 5-mask a little tougher with any one of those masks. But the other masks that are on are workable. So with that full hourglass tree, we got a pretty good sanity pull. We do have 1 cheat death. And of course the 3 sanity restoring orbs. So with the Mask of Vengeance on, you get the mobs. Oh, let me see what color we got there. Purple's bad. Okay. When mobs die, the other mobs around them get a little stronger, but uh-oh. Hey. I killed that guy. There we go. So what, on the 5-mask, since we got the Nemesis mask on, and we'll be getting Hoggers coming up pretty frequently, which isn't too bad to kill on a 5-mask, and it's a good sanity regeneration, so I like to clear a little bit more in this first room than I do on an 8-mask, so we can get a Hogger fairly early. That room there is sealed, so behind there's usually a mob that has versatility as the buff. Oh, we don't want purple, it has poison. It's here in Stormwind, I believe. Yeah, then we're gonna get the guy in here. No, we don't need sanity just yet. Healing buff is always good though. So for this room, you just stand here on the rug, and you get this guy, and then all sorts of spirits in here. Only tricky thing is just watch where you're standing, because every time we move, we're leaving those puddles. And there's my Hogger. Now, we don't necessarily need the sanity from Hogger just yet, but I don't want Hogger popping on the early packs in there, because there's a few packs to clear, so get them now. It's also okay to have him, you can track when he's going to come up with that Nemesis spawn counter up top. It's okay to pop him out here too. It's not end of the world if he pops on the early packs, but there's not quite as much room to maneuver in this district. So, in fact, I like to check here for potions. Oh, here's. Hey, there's one thing I've changed from my earlier runs is I didn't think the breathe fire was really worth anything, and it's still not too much for the mage, but for my healer, it actually did a pretty good amount of damage. And then as long as you're in melee with the mobs, it actually does a pretty good amount of damage. Not so much if you're going to be ranging with your caster. See, right here is actually a pretty good group of mobs. And this will actually get us, I think, almost to another Hogger spawn already. Only one more mob will give us Hogger. And we don't actually want this guy yet, because that gives us sanity too. So we'll try to space things out a little bit. I don't know that I particularly like the timing here, so let's go. Oh, there's a defensive potion too. And, oh yeah, don't want purple. Let's go ahead and kill this small pack over here so we get Hogger in a small pack. I do advise when you get Hogger, if you're fighting other mobs, switch to Hogger immediately. Because when he gets buffed up by the Vengeance Mask, he can actually hit kind of hard. Let's double check. Usually there's some potions, or there can be, hiding around here. Nope. Okay. And of course we're sitting at full sanity, so that's where we want to be. I'm kind of taking my time in this first district because, as you can see, we have time with the sanity. It's a good idea to stack up all these buffs. Ideally, if we can get 20 plus minutes left or on all these buffs, then we really don't have to worry about anything but sanity for the rest of the run. Doesn't always work that way because these, which potions are here, are random, but okay, let's kill this guy. He is actually more difficult than the last boss in here, so I usually use cooldowns on him. Alright, there's another healing. Looks like I'm missing defensive, so if I see a green one, I probably want to pick that up pretty soon. When those expire, I think most of them impose some loss of control on you, so any shtick on this guy is just make sure that you don't stay in front of that forge breath, because that's pretty big. Then of course he's going to do these big circles, but they're not really hard to dodge.
Go on ahead. I'll destroy the forge to ensure it never makes another weapon for Nazar.
Alright. So on our way to the next district, if you ride up here to the corner of the wall and then cut across. Oh. Ideally, you would not get those frenzied rats. Now, right as you go in the door here, you get these two assassins, so be aware of that. They can stun you, so I'll try to make sure you're not getting stunned in your own pool. So this guy here we'll need to kill, but offer sanity on that one, so what I'd like to do is go clear this side first. It actually looks like we've got a Hogger here too, so looks like a lot of sanity potions on this run. Ah, there we go. There's your defensive one. Okay, and we got another healing one there, which we don't really need. So if anything, we want maybe another spicy breath, which is blue, and then maybe a green. But even those probably aren't essential. See, that spicy breath does a lot. Okay. Since my sanity's all packed up, what I'm doing here is clearing some more trash. Then we're going to go back and kill that mini boss that offers sanity. Uh-oh. That was probably a bad idea. Hey, how did I only get this one person? Oh, there they are. This mini boss, not so tricky on a 5 mask, but there are a couple things you got to be aware of. One is that blade flourish you got to get at him, which I didn't quite get at. Then make sure you do not stand in front of that roaring blast. I always free the target dummy person here. Not sure that does anything for us, but oh, guess I may as well pick these up because they're right here. And that's all the potions from this side. I think at this point all I would want maybe is a green defensive one, and then of course all the black sanities, which I probably should have grabbed the one I saw coming along here, but that's okay. Now this guy can be more than a little tricky. Okay, he went pretty smooth, but he can give you trouble sometimes. This pack up here, focus Executioner first. But be watching for Touch of the Abyss cast from the other guys, because that stuns you while it's channeling. Okay. One thing they really should have worked on is that blue border, or that purple border that comes up to let you know that bad things are about to happen, often gets hidden. So you can actually maneuver Shaw out a little bit and make sure when he disappears you're moving out of his little puddles. So every time he vanishes, he's going to do a little series of purple puddles. And the longer the fight goes on, the more Eyes of Chaos you get. But he's not too hard on a 5 mask.
Stormwind is still lost. I'm leaving the city.
From here, we take the portal back.
Watch your back.
And we already cleared most of this room, so we're good to go here. Trade district is not too bad.
The light has abandoned you.
Got a green. Oh, there we go. Alright. So we got plenty of time on all our support potions now. As you can see, Hogger's really not too bad if he hasn't been buffed up by the Vengeance Mask too much. But if you put on the Mask of Multitudes, there's often really large packs, and he comes up a lot more often, and he's often coming up pretty buffed. I think all we're doing here is just taking note of any black potions anywhere. Okay, so there's a black one right there. So these two big guys here, you can't actually skip, just hug the pole. Make sure you save your cooldowns for this guy because he is something else. So what we're going to try here is using Spell Reflect on his first cast. See if that works. Oh, it sure is. Sure as heck does. Okay, that's good. Then we'll interrupt that one. And I should have busted cooldowns on him off the bat. Hey, that was pretty clean. Bonus points for Spell Reflect then. Alright. I said skip those guys. This guy is a piece of cake compared. So he does have the chains that go out. That you're silenced while you got chains up. But as long as you're standing outside of where the tentacle is gonna hit, you're just fine. Yep. It takes a few seconds to run around and get all the cages unlocked, so may come back here and get that sanity potion before we leave. Let's see what's behind there. Oh, that's a poison. Okay. Whoa, wonder why that happened. Huh, sorry about that. Okay, sanity is still really high actually, so we're gonna not worry about that sanity potion. So in this particular one, you get stuck with lead foot, and you get, of course, split personality. And not so much on a 5 mask, but if you get Mask of Multitudes, you actually get an absolute ton of these corruption guys. So I generally stay near the entrance and wipe them all out up there, because they just keep coming. Oh, that's not good. There we go.
I'm out of range.
Just remember, you don't actually have to kill the corruption tumors, but they do give you count towards that nemesis spawn. So on the 5 mass, I do come straight up here and you gotta kill 5 portal master guys. He's one of them. He is not horribly hard, but that purple circle that just formed there often gets hidden under the grass and stuff, so be aware of that. Nope. Guess I'm all topped off on sanity. And, well, that's another sanity. Huh. Like I said, it's all random, but, sometimes you can't find any sanities. So that's 2 of the 5 portals right there. And then we're going to continue up here, and right on the left is our 3rd portal. Pretty easy. So this guy is not easy. I think originally I used to dodge this guy, but I tried that, and you cannot dodge him anymore. It won't open up the, oh shit. Oh, I got lucky. That breath didn't quite hit me. Okay. The door up top wasn't open, even though I cleared all the portals, so I think you gotta kill that guy now. You can technically pull this pack from over this direction or around the back, and then kill that other pack. So if you kill this pack and you go down that path, it takes you back up to where that first guy I killed was for the portals. That's why I was saying you could technically skip this guy then, but he is extremely dangerous on an 8 mask. I would recommend, even if you're having trouble in a 5 mask, he's an okay one to drop an orb on. I haven't had to use any orbs so far, but he would be one to use an orb on, as well as this guy. Alright, we're going to go in here and pop every cooldown, try to get him. And I do believe the warrior can cheese some of this. Yeah, a little bit. Right. Let's see if I can cheese a little bit more. My engineering belt. Okay. This guy will cast that polymorph right there too, which luckily I was able to skip. Yeah, that purple warning that's coming in a kind of a purplish environment. It's not very clear. That's okay, though. Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't even drop an orb. So, we're going to drop an orb on this one.
Father, do not listen to the whispers.
Oh, looks like when I killed those two guys in front, if you step through the door, you'll get this timer ticking down, so you don't have to wait for it when you come back.
No.
Okay, let's go make friends with her.
The light could not save them.
Alright. So this void eruption, you got to be very careful. That one can take out most of your sanity. Since we got plenty of orbs, let's go ahead and orb it up one more time. Uh-oh. Oh, she tricked me. That's not good. Okay, let's go over here and drop an orb. Uh-oh. Void eruption. And we got chains, which is fine. Uh-oh. That's not cool.
3, 2, 1.
I think we're just going to have to eat this. Should go for void eruption again. May as well hit this.
3, 2, 1.
She is a little harder to kill than melee.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is kind of ridiculous.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, that sure wasn't that hard on range classes. Even my tank didn't have that much trouble with that. Oh, because you got a ranged interrupt too. Alright, so there's a 5 mask on the Fury Warrior. It's really pretty easy overall, so I guess it's just a little tricky on that end boss, so might want to think of some ways you can counter what she's doing. Alright, I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.